I got my start at a small course in Minnesota Valley Country Club. Just really fell in love with the industry at that point. I took a few years off, worked in a different industry, and ultimately came back to it.
To be honest with you, I was actually a welder at trade. I actually got an associate's degree, but I was in and out of jobs for a while. So always wanted to move to Florida, and I actually had a chance to move with the GM from Oakmont Country Club because he asked what would it take for me to do, and I was like, I just want a job, honestly, full time, and that's kind of honestly how I got my foot in the door in this industry.
I started working at a country club that's right near where I'm from, my hometown, South Point Golf Club, and just started working there and realized it's just what I like to do. I've been in different professions and nothing's really seemed to work out, and I really enjoy what I do now.
I got my start in the industry by being born. My family owns a golf course around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I've always been around the industry, and I just eventually fell in love with it.
Back when I started playing high school golf, I knew that golf was the industry I wanted to be in. So further research led me to the Turfgrass industry and Penn State. Knowing that it's #1, I came to visit and I met with Dr. Kaminsky, where I was set up with a job at Bitterman Golf Club under John Urbanski and really gained a lot of valuable experience there.
So I'm a little older than the average student, and so getting back into the industry, I realized I had to do it right. I looked at several different schools and realized that if I was going to do this, I had to go through Penn State.
They have a long history with Turfgrass.
Whenever I asked my boss, well, where should I go to further my career in a really good way, and he said Penn State would be your best bet just because of the reputation that they have.
I chose Penn State because my father graduated from here 35 years ago, and I wanted to continue on the family legacy.
I chose Penn State mostly because it's a really highly regarded school, arguably the top turf school in the world, and the 6-month internship was key. It's a big thing, getting to be at the golf course for 6 full months.
I did my 6-month internship at Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York.
I did my 6-month internship at Los Angeles Country Club. It's right on the edge of Beverly Hills.
I did it at Oakmont Country Club. I had that plan 5 years ago, and it just worked itself out that it was during the U.S. Open, and I just wanted to see where I stood at that level of a golf course.
Oh, I thought it was incredible. I went to Medina Country Club in just right outside of Chicago in Illinois. It was nothing like I'd ever seen before. I'd been on a country club atmosphere and everything before, but nothing like that. That was a pretty special experience.
I did my internship at Baltusrol Golf Club. They hosted the PGA Championship this year, and so I got to experience that, be a part of that, and help them get the course ready.
I did my 6-month internship at Congressional Country Club in Bethesda, Maryland. I learned anything from hand watering, spraying, and even managing people.
My 6-month internship was at Ballybunion Golf Club in Ireland. It was a very unique experience and a very unique place, and I learned very much on and off the golf course, and it's an incalculable experience that I would never have gotten if I did not come here.
I interned at Marion Golf Club in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. I think I needed the full 6 months really to find my place there. We had guys who would come in for a 3-month internship. They did a really good job, but they came and they went pretty fast. I felt like I was really able to be a part of a team in those 6 months, and I got to learn a lot and experience a lot more than some others.
Favorite class at Penn State would be probably Dr. K's plant pathology class.
My favorite class was Turfgrass biology with Dr. Huff. Just because we go into all the different types of grasses and he shows you hands-on, and it's just a great way to learn.
I would say it would be dendrology or trees, and it was with James Savage. We pretty much walked around campus the entire time, which was the best part in my opinion, and got to look at trees and learn quite a bit about them.
My favorite class, it's pretty tough, they're all enjoyable. Probably pathology. I've always been keen on disease management.
I would have to say soils with Dr. McNett, just because you have to understand what's going on below the ground. That'll help to understand everything else. and he made it interesting and fun.
Yeah, my favorite class was case studies with Dr. Lanscoot. I really got a chance to see all the knowledge I've learned from all the other subjects we've taken really come together into one.
My favorite memory here at Penn State would probably have to be some nights in the hotel rooms, mainly having putting competitions down the hallways of the hotel.
Comfort Suites was a good time for sure.
And our nights over at Sharky's were always very memorable.
Definitely the Penn State-Ohio State football game. Being there that night on the whiteout, that was my first college football game I'd ever been to, so that made it a little bit more fun even.
I would say getting to see the campus and getting to see the surrounding areas. I've never been this far east in my life, and it's a really beautiful part of the country.
I guess if there's one memory that stands out, it's the cookout that we did first semester. We were given a budget and just our class together in a matter of a couple hours had to put together a cookout and host a bunch of people. It was a good bonding experience between the class, and I really got to know some of the other members of the class pretty well.
One memory that stands out, well, Eastlake was pretty cool. Riding the blue cheese wagon down to Pittsburgh and then taking a plane to down to Georgia was pretty memorable, and just seeing the 13 of us put in some work for their crew and that tournament, the tour championship, was pretty special.
My favorite memory was going down to the tour championship in Atlanta. We just had a really good time together as a group.
I think my fondest memory is this last semester, all of us looking forward to graduation and seeing how we all have progressed. It may not be a specific date or specific time, but just seeing the evolution of everybody going through this program and seeing the excitement that they have to further their careers and their life.
One thing that sticks in my mind was how fast the group of guys I'm going to school with, how we all connected it real quick. And you could tell everybody had their thing that they were a little bit more knowledgeable about, and everybody just fed off of everybody, and pretty much we're just such a tight-knit group.
Penn State's a family. All the guys I go to school with, they're great. They're some of my best friends in the world. We connected throughout these years, and it's just been incredible. And all the connections, even when you go and meet somebody and you say you're from Penn State and they are too, you already have that connection there.
Penn State means a lot to me. I've had a lot of family that's gone here, and I felt like I've bled blue since I was born, and it's just created a stronger brotherhood now being here with all of these great friends that I've made.
My advice to someone getting in the industry would just be to stay true to themselves and know what they want and to pursue what they want.
If you like drinking coffee before 5 a.m., it's for you. You definitely get to enjoy waking up every single day in the early morning hours.
It's a lot of hard work, but you get rewarded. You really do. Being outside and seeing the course and seeing your work, it's really incredible.
Ask questions. Never stop learning, because it's a fast-paced industry where everything's always changing.
Know what you're getting into, find a good mentor, find out that it's exactly what you want to do, because there's a lot more to it than just growing grass.
My plans following graduation is I'm accepting a position at Lancaster Country Club as an AIT.
Upon graduating, I will be returning to Congressional Country Club as an assistant superintendent on the golf course.
I'm going to Chicago Golf Club after graduation. Going to be an AIT.
I will be going to work for Total Turf Golf Services. It's located just outside of Philadelphia, and I'll be traveling up and down the East Coast and throughout the country renovating golf courses.
Immediately following graduation, I will be heading down to New Orleans to get some warm season grass experience.
I actually just accepted an assistant superintendent position at Medina Country Club again, so I'll be returning there for a good amount of time, hopefully.
We are Penn State.
We are Penn State.
We are Penn State.